Hey, welcome to today's episode of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite daily podcast where we help you build a thriving business. And we're a little bit late today, on my fault because I'm attending the business masterclass this yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So, hectic days, hectic days. And Jores also had a networking event, so we had to postpone the episode, but here we are. It's what, 2:30-ish our time PM, but we are here with you, and I'm Anna Angelova, business coach and consultant, and a co-host of this podcast. And I have Joris Mendesvan with me. Hey, Joris, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anna. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy belated Tuesday. Yeah, we were quite busy today. We keep wanting to be at 7 o'clock, but there's different things happen. But tomorrow for sure we'll be there at 7 o'clock. So let's get on with it. So today we're talking about something that can fundamentally change the way your business runs, and that is business process automation strategies. Business process automation strategies. And the strategies, we've had these business automation probably since the 80s, if not the 70s and 60s, but in different formats. And what is happening today, people are being sold and told about AI is nothing but business automation, but at a grander scale. So let's
very true, very true.
deep dive into this, Anna.
Yeah. What's happening? And like you said, this has been there for how much? And if you think about it, in a way, the Industrial Revolution is, and even before that, like we have been automating how we do things. And yes, before even who was saying why the wheel was invented? That the invention of the wheel, actually, it was for pottery. So pottery, before the wheel was invented, pottery was a very manual, like a harder process, right? But once the wheel was invented, and they started using it, pottery became a little bit easier, right? So automation has been there since we existed, right?
Yeah.
And actually, a good start might be, Joris, if you want to share what automation is not, right? So this is where we kind of clear the muddy waters. So I really like when we talk about what it's not and what it is, of course.
And this is the fundamental reason why people are resistant to change, fearful of change, fearful of implementing new technologies and new process that automate processes. And the thought process is automation will replace humans with robots and turn the companies into a cold mechanical system, which is absolutely false. Automation is everything but. What automation does, two things, well, few things that automation does. Number one, it does it faster than a human being. Number two, it does it more accurate than a human being. And number three, it relieves the human being to do better things, more creative things. And I think you mentioned it right in the beginning. Automation is to replace repetitive, mundane tasks that either we don't want to do or we should not spend time in doing because our time is more valuable. We are the true intelligence within a business as a leader, as an owner, or as a team member, and we should be applying 100%, 110% of our creative juices to the running the business and making things better. So automation is not to replace people.
Spot on. This one was spot on. It's not to replace people. It's actually to free us to focus on everything that requires a human touch, human creativity, judgment, relationship building, even, right? For us to be human beings, it frees us from being human beings because at some point we became, like we did, again, if you go back to the Industrial Revolution, we became cogs in a wheel. And why not free people up where they're not in a factory, they're not sitting in a cubicle doing those mindless things, but they're freed to really be human beings. So And I remember in the MBA program, there was a very interesting course I had where we actually talked about what the world could look like, where a lot of things are automated and we are freed to be people, to share our gifts with everyone. So automation is here to help with time and energy, right? Because Jores, as you mentioned, it allows us to delegate in a way repetitive tasks, manual tasks that no one wants to do and likes doing anyway. And when done right, it really helps you scale your business and remove a lot of your headaches. Yeah.
And one of the examples of the automation, it's very interesting that maybe it's not timeline is not right, but driving. I think where with all this climate BS and all this automation and automated cars and connected cars, everything is headed. If you really think about it, when we're talking about generations look forward, it will be where they're going to look back and say, wow, people used to spend an hour and a half of their creative time, precious time behind the wheel in traffic, where we can relieve that in automated cars, and we can do other things while the car is driving itself.
I love this. Yeah, I love this. And yeah, we were chatting with one of our clients about this, right? How she can spend her time if she doesn't have to drive. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Getting a driver, but again, same thing, right?
Yeah, so, it makes sense.
Yeah, it allows you to spend time on better things. You automate things as a business owner doesn't mean you're going to fire the 4 people that you have and never hire another person. Actually, you will repurpose the people that you have to do better things. And it's not that you're not going to hire more people. Your entire hiring will change because now you'll hire the right people that actually contribute to scaling, whether it's marketing, sales, to the scaling and building your business up, which is amazing.
And if you think about the business, right? If you think about a business and where, like some key areas where automation, especially for small businesses, right, where we can implement this, every single system, actually, every single business system can benefit from automation, like starting with marketing and sales, right? And like with marketing, like there are CRM systems that can organize your leads very well or your prospects very well in a way that and even score your prospects depending on how much they have engaged with your brand, how they respond to your emails and all these kind of things, where you can now say, oh, based on their response, it looks like that these are the prospects that your sales team should focus on, the prospects that your sales team should start building the relationship with. What we're saying, right? The automation itself, the system itself, provides you can provide you that view, that list, and the person, the human touch is where your salespeople go and they start building the relationship. That they start helping those prospects move further along the path, so they become your clients. And like with marketing, you can also, of course, like schedule things, right? With posts and things like this. So and these are some small things, but a lot of business owners are not doing this, right? A lot of, when we come to, not just you business owners, but a lot of people in small businesses, they're not doing this. They're not taking advantage of these things. And when we talk about automating and scheduling things, all the social medias, they actually have pre-built scheduling capabilities. Like you don't even need to have additional tool. You can schedule it there. So if your Facebook is your main channel, you can schedule things on Facebook, and you can batch your work and schedule it this way. And you can even schedule and automate some of your customer communication, especially when it is appointment reminders, right? Follow-ups, things like this. So you don't forget, right? You can personalize some of these templates and things like this, but like there's a lot of power even in customer communication. Now, in general, our belief and what we stand for is for customer communication. Like it actually needs to be the human touch that we're talking about, but there's still power in automating. Like when you schedule a meeting with someone, the reminders go automatically, right? Like there are reminder emails that can be automated, so they go out 1 day before, 1 hour before, whatever you need. And also when you onboard people, like in the beginning when you onboard clients, this is where you can also have something that's a little bit more generic that goes out to everyone. People who join your customers, like if you have a loyalty program, let's say, customers who join your loyalty program, like the other day we were shopping at a health store, right? And we bought some things, and we joined their loyalty program. Now they asked only for a phone number; they didn't ask for an email. And this is where they lost an opportunity. Like imagine they ask for an email, and their system automatically welcomes me, thanks me for the purchase, and start nurturing me based on what we bought. They start sending, and we bought, let's say, vitamin C, the big bottle of vitamin C. So they can send me 2 months from now, they can send me an email and say, oh, there is a promotion for vitamin C, because, they might know that I'm running out of vitamin C. So there's so much power in automation that can generate sales, that can help you build your business, finance and admin as well. Like you can automate so many things within your, even the way you allocate your finances, you invoice things, track expenses, everything, right? Like, and then with operations, inventory management, order processing, even internal approvals can be automated. It's like the world is your oyster.
Oh, yeah. We do that over and over. Applications that have the process flow already in there, configurable, where you can say these people are doers, these people are approvers. There's a process. The doer says submit, approver gets it, they review it, click reject, goes back to the doer, or click approve, it goes through the process and finally sent to the client. We build this for a living, so
and there is a lot of power. There's so much power when you automate these things and they start working. It's like, again, it frees you up as like a business owner to do high value work, to focus on things that you can only do as the business owner and leader. Now, I'm wondering, Jores, with all the experience you have and everything we're doing as well, when it comes to choosing the right tools, right, without overwhelming, because right now, nowadays, like there are solutions everywhere for everything, from on-prem to SaaS to like specifically for small businesses, solutions that have small, medium, enterprise level, the whole stack, right? So a lot of business owners, like they get overwhelmed. It's natural, right? You get overwhelmed. Science shows that more is actually less, and when we have more than 7 options, I think we actually get into that paralysis by analysis, and we completely like don't make a decision. We stay in inertia. So
2 to 3 is usually the standard.
Yeah,
2 is the best. Yeah, but there's a way to narrow it down.
Yeah.
So one note that I have seen this mistake and at a multi-billion-dollar corporate level down to a small to medium company. And the mistake is I have a process that is not working. I'm going to the market. At the pool party in the summer, my cousin told me about this tool. I'm going to buy this tool and I'm going to implement it, and that will fix everything, because it fixed everything for my cousin's boss. And picking a technology to fix your process is the biggest mistake, waste of money you can ever do. And believe me, if not in 6 months, in a year, under a year, you'll be back to where you are today. So what you need to do is first do an audit of your processes. What processes do you have? Are they working? Are they not working? Are they taking you where you want to be? Are there any bottlenecks? Once you have all of your processes, number one, identified, and number two, make sure that they are proper processes and they match your business, then you can pick a few of them and say, okay, for this set of processes, I'm going to look at 1 or 2 softwares on the market, and there's a lot of them. And the first thing you ask is, what specific process is it that I want to improve, and will these tools, one of the two, make that process better? What is the outcome that I want to achieve from this tool, automating this process? Will the tool allow it to happen, and how? And then there are most of these tools also have trial versions where you can download it and try them for free or for a small fee, and then you can test it. And then the last point is, how will this tool also integrate with what I already have? I mean, it could be the best tool that a niche marketeer created for a specific task process management or task or process management or automation, but it absolutely does not work with QuickBooks or other systems that you have. Then you're actually buying yourself a headache. So improve your processes, pick your right processes, pick the right tool, test it, and then make sure that tool integrates with the rest of your systems that you've already built.
Yeah, it's such a great point that nowadays you can actually do a trial version and see is this something that you really want to use or not. And we did talk about adoption, and we'll be talking about adoption on Friday. So you can test things and see how they work. And I just want to remind you that it's not about adding additional technology and software and tools just because it's out there, just because we're talking about the power of automation. And Anna and Jores mentioned in that episode that when we automate the process, we free up so much time and things go on autopilot. Yes, absolutely, there is so much truth in this. However, Jores, you mentioned it so well that you actually need to look at your processes first, at your business first. And the goal is for you to create flow and simplicity. And technology and automation might not be the answer. While, yes, we do recommend for you to take a look at your processes and pick one and automate it, it might not be the answer for you. It might not be the answer. So just wanted to mention this one before we mention. Yeah. Yeah. Because again, the goal is not to add more technology and automations and things like this, right? Like, this is not automation for the sake of automation. It doesn't make sense.
Absolutely, simplicity. More technology for the sake of technology will add to the clutter, add more complicate things more, the way that you either they will fail or you lose control. So we just talked about how to pick the tool. So now let's say you picked one of the two. How do we move forward? So once you identify a first process, let's call it proof of value. So you pick one of your processes and you want to try it on this piece of technology to see if it works. So first you map out your process. You understand every single step that is within the process. Then you simplify it, meaning you remove all the unnecessary steps. And amazingly, if the process is done by a human, it may not be the same process, and it's 15 steps. It may not be 15 steps using a technology. It can easily be shrunk to 6-7 steps. Because technology, there are things that you can preset that the machine will do. So once you simplify it, then you include it into your automation of software. You automate it, and then you do a couple of trial runs. And then I would also recommend that you do parallel runs. So you do an automated run and you do a human run, and then look at the results. Once your automation comes very close within acceptable parameters of the result that you're looking for, then you can schedule it and you can move on to the next process. And then with again, like I said, you have to test and adjust, and then once you get to 100%, then you're good. And one of the other things that you can do with these new tools, it's also alerting. So if you have a process that has mission critical steps or decision steps, you can actually set the system to alert you and tell you that either this has been reached, check and click continue, or you have to set up a preset of parameters for the system to read and pick one to continue. So, or if it fails, it tells somebody. And rather than you wait until in the morning, come back and see a process that was supposed to run 8 hours last night didn't run, you find out at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, you dial in, you fix it, and you let it run all night. So map it out, simplify it, automate it, test and adjust.
Very well said. I love the steps and the framework, and I just wanted to add a couple of things. So one thing is when it comes to testing and adjusting, it also involves the way that people use the tool, right? Because sometimes, yes, sometimes you might automate something that you don't need a person to take a look at it, but other times the system is there, the tool is there to help people do their job. So making sure that the two work together, the person, whether it's you or someone on your team who is doing the work, and whatever tool it is that they're using. So part of the testing and adjustment is also making sure that the automation works in a way that serves your company, in a way that like your team can work with this and they get whatever the system produces and they do whatever they need to do, and then they take the next step, right? So really like the testing and adjusting with people and technology together. And the other part, the second thing I wanted to mention is we've repeated this in other conversations we've had. And every time you hear this, one thing, focus on one thing. So start small, focus on one process. And when you do this one process, it might be the easiest process, even if it's just like a couple of steps. This is a huge step for you, right? For you and your business. So focus on one process at a time for automation. And from there, celebrate the achievement, celebrate the step you took, and start building momentum. Once you do one process, then, okay, when this is done, take your time to celebrate, take your time to adjust, of course, see how things are working, and then move to the next one. So you hear this every time. Yeah, you hear this every time. Like one thing, pick one process and see how you can automate it.
Absolutely. And start with smaller ones, simpler ones, see how it works, and then you can move on to the next more complicated ones. And yeah, like anything else, when you plan it properly, when you build it properly, you never have to take a step back. It will come to a point where between you and your employees, your small team, you have 50% of your time free. And I've done this, and people were just scratching their heads. Wow, the wow factor is amazing. But again, don't get scared from, they call it AI, or it's not a big piece of technology. Once you simplify it and you apply proper, simple steps, it's very easy to use, very easy to, almost self-maintaining, and it actually helps you help the system run properly. So,
and if you are scared and want a little bit of hand holding, reach out.
Contact us.
Reach out. I will actually put the link to Thrive 360 Business Solutions and schedule a strategy call with us so we can discuss this. This is where our expertise comes from. Like we have so much experience into data and technology and automating things, and we are here for you. We're here for you. So, and on this strategy call, actually, we'll see where you are, what's going on, identify your bottleneck, and help you find out what the next step is. Help you see what the next thing for you is, so you can build a thriving business. And yes, the next step might be to automate some of your business processes, but who knows? As we said, like we are not evangelists of everything should be automated or everything should be on paper. Or no. It really depends on you, your business, where you are on the journey, what your purpose and vision is. So I'll put a link in the description of the episodes, and highly encourage you, schedule a call with us. We'd love to jump on a 45-minute strategy session. It's
life-changing. 45 minutes, but it's life-changing.
Yeah, definitely. So otherwise, subscribe, follow us, like us, and we'll be back tomorrow on our usual time. with another episode, this time with data and KPI, right? Like we're talking about metrics tomorrow. Oh,
Yes.
this is another juicy one.
Yes, it is.
I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow. Thanks,
All
Jores.
right.
Really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Anna.
Jumping
Thank you, everyone.
later.
Enjoy your day.